Warriors! XRP settlement very soon, and the BIS is pushing hard on a central bank digital currency. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hand. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, welcome, warriors, to the political theater of a lifetime where your financial future is on the line. There is so much going on in the crypto space, warriors. I still believe there'll be a settlement by September 28th because the pressure's on. Now, from my perspective, I've been teaching you guys this for a year and a half. As you look this way at a pandemic, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. As they always say, do not let a good pandemic go to waste. And that's exactly what they are doing. They are using this pandemic to get you to look this way, and they're changing your whole monetary system this way. So we're going to go deep down the rabbit hole today. We're going to take a look at the XRP and Ripple case. Also, a reminder, 9 a.m. today, Ken Mack and Coach JV show, where we're going to give you the red pill and start to teach you what the true shift in generational wealth is. There's the biggest dislocation in wealth happening right now in American history. And we're going to start to bring you guests, our perspective from different perspectives other than just the crypto space to help you free yourself from the just over broke system. Okay, so this is heating up here, warriors. So the crypto industry versus the SEC. Now I'm going to share with you my narrative. You can take whatever stance you want on this, but I believe this is all political theater. I want you to think about this for just a moment. Be in the SEC's shoes. Okay, so you need to regulate a crypto space. It's like a runaway train right now. We have a bunch of people like you and I who can become accredited investors without having to be qualified accredited investors. We're getting into IPO or ICOs. We're getting into these coins early, and you're going to have so many people that make so much money. And guess what? They are scared to lose their power. That's exactly what it is, warriors. They are so fearful of losing their power, they do not want the money to be in your hands. So what they're doing is they realize that they waited too long and that this is a runaway train now. And so they're trying to figure out feverishly what to do. So I'm going to take you through the XRP case and my narrative, okay, and what I think is going to happen. And then I'm going to show you what the Bank of International Settlements is doing. Now, I don't want you to think that this stuff is just happening right now, warriors. They've been working on this for quite a while behind the scenes. America in the narrative that we're seeing, remember, all the presidents are puppets up there, right? So what we're seeing is a political theater play out. Now, what we see in the narrative is that China is going to be the new superpower, right? They're way more advanced. That's a fact. They're way more advanced. Their GDP is very low. America's in a really, 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 really bad position. I don't know if it's by design for the switch of power. Every single fiat currency, government issued currency, has collapsed in history. And so we're seeing this political theater play out because they need to switch the monetary system because it's broken. They basically kick the can so far down the road. They can't just keep printing money for year after year after year. This debt-based society isn't working anymore. And so they have to figure out a way. But they see us on a runaway train with crypto. And so they're working to grab their hands into the CBDCs so they can pull you closer to the central bank. Okay. Once they pull you closer to the central bank, the commercial banks are going to have to quickly and efficiently switch into custodying your cryptocurrency, which they're already legally able to do. Brian Brooks allowed them to do that last year. And so they're going to move you into this crypto quantum field, right? And everything is going to be monitored. Okay. That's just what it is. Everything's going to be monitored, right? I mean, there's not going to be cash anymore. There'll be a cashless society at some point in the future, right? So everything will be monitored. Everything. So you're not going to get away from that piece. The question you have to ask yourself is, what side of the coin are you going to be on? The side of being controlled or the side of owning everything and be able to change the narrative? So the crypto industry versus the SEC. This came out from Protocol. It says, hello, I want to welcome to Protocol FinTech this Friday. Coinbase and Ripple face a common foe. James Baldwin lesson for FinTech. This is wild. A crypto united front. A dispute between Coinbase and SEC over the lending trigger of intriguing response from another fintech company that has been embroiled in the legal fight with the federal regulator Ripple. In the response to Coinbase, Brian Armstrong's 21 tweet thread, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse playfully posted, and Bruce Willis gif with the caption, "Welcome to the party, pal." Now, this is old news, but we know that all of a sudden you're the SEC now. Let's go back to the SEC shoes. Let's pick Ripple, okay, who's communicated with the SEC since their inception. Okay, they were the third largest digital asset, right? Now Ripple's working with the banks, okay? Ethereum and Bitcoin is a decentralized, right? Totally decentralized. So like, okay, let's just push them out. Let's invest in it. They got their bags packed, right? You know, Bill Himmon's part of the Andreessen Horowitz fund. You got Jay Clayton, who's working for a cryptocurrency fund. So they went off on there. They packed their bags. They said, okay, so let's work to regulate the space through XRP, who's working with the banks. And if we regulate them, it's already set up. We use them to regulate the industry, and they're set up with the banks, right? Makes sense if you look at it from that perspective. And then Coinbase. Okay, so Coinbase is one of the largest exchanges with most people on it. Okay. They're also connected to the DCG group, which is connected. And I gave you the connection from Coinbase to Mark Andreessen, who has the Andreessen Horowitz fund, which Bill Hinman's part of the SEC. So Coinbase is connected back to the SEC through Bill Hinman. So let's take Coinbase, the largest exchange, and let's go after them now. Let's start a political theater. So we can not only take over the exchanges and regulate them, we can also exchange the banker coin or regulate the banker coin. And I'm calling it the banker coin. I'm invested in it because I'm playing their game. You're not going to beat the game, Warriors. You're not going to beat the game. Whoever has the money has the power, controls the information, but you can play the game, get the money, and change the narrative. That's all you can do. So you can try to beat the game. You're not going to beat the game with your $100,000 and your $1 million. These guys are playing big time money. Okay. They will drop the market on your ass. And I'm going to show you how to protect yourself at the end here. Okay. So we're playing the game now, right? So we're watching this political theater play out between the SEC, Coinbase, and Ripple, and they're all playing these characters in the movie, right? And we're just watching the movie on the screen, and we're making bets like we're watching a Jake Paul and freaking some weird ass fight, right? So now here we are, we're hanging on. Jeremy Chogan, we know he put this out. Well, it's official, okay? They legally admitted that they didn't tell anybody that XRP was a security until they threw out the lawsuit. So now we got the SEC going after Coinbase, XRP, Ripple, and they've admitted that they didn't tell anybody it was a security until the lawsuit was thrown out. And then all of a sudden, Coinbase Pro accidentally relists XRP amid the spat with the SEC. After first delisting XRP in January, over a few of the regulators over the regulation crackdown on the cryptocurrency, several users on US-based major crypto exchange Coinbase Pro took a notice last night that the exchange seemed to have relisted, but the joy over apparent listing was short-lived, with the exchange shortly denying it after listing XRP. So this is interesting. So you guys saw that little glitch, right? It popped on there. Then this is pretty interesting. So on the Coinbase side, my research sent this over to me. I know a lot of people have seen this already, but on the Coinbase side, it says send money internationally for free. So they just popped this up. Check this out. XRP, and I think that's USDC right here in the middle. Got all the countries. This is on Coinbase site. So interesting, right? The two companies that are being sued by the SEC, okay, right here. Speed, bank transfer, XRP, 3 to 5 seconds, USDC, 12 to 17 seconds. Now, this is for remittances, but Coinbase has XRP on their website for the remittances. Isn't that interesting? Send money internationally for free, fast, free, global, fast, free, and for all Coinbase users on their website, XRP. So you got the SEC going after Coinbase, the SEC going after XRP. You got Mark Andreessen, who's on the board of Coinbase, who has Andreessen Horowitz fund. Bill Hinman, who used to consult for the SEC, is now consulting for a crypto fund. Do you see what's happening, Warriors? They're getting you set up for the biggest settlement in history for cryptocurrency, for any type of asset class. And what it's going to do, it's going to bring in the new Howey test, okay? It's also going to bring in regulation to the exchanges. And if you don't have your shit together, Warriors, in the next 5 years, if you're not playing the game properly, you're going to get caught. all this NFT, people making tons of money off of a penguin. That's what they're coming afterwards. And I'm not against it. I think it's fantastic, but I'm just sharing with you guys. That's what they're coming after. They don't want, people in their 20s. They don't want people, even me, 45 years old. They don't want us playing the game, Warriors. They're scared to lose their power. So they're grabbing at straws. They're trying to do as much as they can to confuse you, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's why they keep bringing the market up. They pull it back. It's all whale manipulation, right? You don't think they have their bags packed, Warriors? Why do you think the SEC won't release whether their people are invested in XRP or not, or their crypto holdings? Because they are invested in XRP. I guarantee you, Bank of America is connected to Ripple, one of the biggest juggernauts in the banking space. Think about that, Warriors. Okay. XRP to be listed by Japanese exchange Tatato on September 22nd following merge with SBI VC trade. Okay, so we know there's an SEC lawsuit, a settlement coming, Warriors. The price is going to shoot through the roof. Get ready. Not financial advice. If you don't have XRP, I'd pack your bags. Not financial advice. I've been packing my bags for a long time with XRP, but I also have a fundamental bag of cryptocurrencies, right? So some of my biggest holdings are Ethereum, XRP, ADA, CRO, VeChain, and XLM. Those are some of my largest holdings. I also have in there, I have some DOT. I have some, trying to go over my whole thing. Anyways, you can get it in the academy down below. I show my exact portfolios. But let's take a look at another narrative going on here. So this is important. This just came out 20 hours ago. BIS, Bank of International Settlements, asked central banks to urgently develop CBDCs to compete with crypto assets. Here's a narrative board. I just showed you this. They literally are trying to catch up. They're like, holy shit, the freight train, as Rosie Rio said, the freight train has left the building. So they're scrambling to try to get a piece of this pie, right? Because the fact is, it's going to end up within the next probably 5 to 10 years like the stock market. Here's what I think is going to happen. This is just my opinion. So the Bank of International Settlements is the bag of currencies, right? And so you have the largest companies, right? That's how they regulate the currencies. And so what they're working to is they want the banks to develop a CBDC so they can start to create an even playing field and run the monetary system through the CBDC so they can pull the people closer to the central banks. And that means that commercial banks, that's why Jamie Dimon said that banks should be scared shitless of fintech, because we can now become our own banks. So they want us attached to them so they can keep control. It's all about control. All of it's about control. So what side of the coin do you want to be on? The investment side or the controlled side? Both sides you're going to be monitored. I'm telling you, Warriors, you're not going to get, maybe if you operate in Bitcoin completely, and who knows what's going to happen with Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to go through the roof. I absolutely do. I think it's a great store of value. Do I have Bitcoin? No, but I'm using Ethereum as my Bitcoin play, which may not make sense to people, but I'm stacking Ethereum as my long-term hold. But here's the thing. This is all by design. This is nothing new under the sun, Warriors. Nothing new under the sun. The multimillionaires, Ken Mack, I'm bringing them on the show for you guys at 9 a.m. every single morning. It's like Mr. Miyagi and I'm Karate Kid, right? So I got my shit together about a year and a half ago. I hadn't been able to make money, but I lost my money 3 times because I was still in a program just over broke system mindset. I changed my mind and my whole life has changed financially, spiritually, everything business-wise in a year and a half because I just shifted my brain to wealth to understand how the game is played. Once I understood how the game is played, now I met mentors and now I'm bringing you guys, Mr. Miyagi, as I get trained as Karate Kid, as I go into the whole new realm of buying corporations. And Warriors, every day normal people can do this, but they don't teach you this stuff, okay? So check this out. So BIS asked central banks to urgently develop a CBDC to compete with crypto assets. And we know this. I've been showing you guys this for a while. This is one of my favorite documents from the BIS. You can look up all this stuff. I know it's boring, but this is what I do all day with my research team. So Bank of International Settlements, BIS paper, March 21. They're literally breaking down for you what it's going to look like and what they're looking at behind the scenes. I mean, they wouldn't be spending all these times creating these documents if we weren't heading to a central bank digital currency. Cross-border payments are even more vital for economies, especially transactions underpinning tourism, e-commerce, remittances. In here, they talk about cross-border payments. They show you the system now. They show you how it's broken, okay? Talks about cross-border payments, frictions, and interoperability are primer, right? What does interoperability sound like? XRP, right? This is the frictions in the current corresponding bank system. It's slow, it's clunky. So I'm an ex-banker, right? So this is why this makes so much sense to me with XRP. Okay, this is the current system. Okay, different operate. When you need to make a wire, your fucking bank closes. It's like, God damn, I got to make a big deal in London, right? And you got to do this massive wire and you can't do it online. Well, guess what? That game is over, Warriors. You're going to be able to move money super fast at the speed of light. When that happens, supply chain management needs to move at the speed of light. But this is a really cool document. You can look it up at bis.org. It's the multi-CBDC arrangements and future of cross-border payments. If you look up in the corner here, you'll see it. Okay. And then you can break down the different protocols they're looking at. So this is one right here. This is model 1. Okay. And they got model 2. Okay. And they got model 3. And this is a type of stuff I would start educating yourself on, or just come to my channel on a daily basis and I'll bring it to you because this is what we do. Okay. So Warriors, here's the thing. You got to have an exit plan. Now, if you're a set it and forget it person, perfect. There's a couple things that you need to do. You need to surround yourself with the right people. You need to understand the basics of cryptocurrency and understand economics. So I'm bringing you. I had a really cool shout out on TikTok. It was cool. He said, they was talking about different people in the crypto space, and I was really honored when the person said, they said, Coach JB focuses on macro and microeconomics. That's exactly what I want to be known for. I don't want to just give you, XRP is going to 589 or Ethereum's going to do this. Like, that's all great. That's all gravy, Warriors. But I'm going to teach you the game. Like, you need to know the game, because it doesn't matter how high your crypto goes if you don't know the game, because the rug's going to get pulled out from you. And most of you do not have an exit plan. So if you're planning to pull some profits and you're planning to do some wealth preservation. So for me, crypto is a heavy part of my bag right now. But as we go through this first big bull run, right, I'm going to be pulling and diversifying. If your diversification isn't, you say, I'm diversified in crypto. Yeah, maybe if you're across different cryptocurrencies, but diversification means that you're diversified across asset classes to protect your wealth. You should have a wealth preservation strategy and a growth strategy, right? You can have a high risk, low risk, medium risk, right? For example, cryptocurrency would be high risk, speculative right now. Then you got silver, you got gold. Okay. Then you got wealth generating assets. You can start businesses. I'm going to be buying LBOs. So when my LBOs are making money, they are going to be making money right away. It's, immediate income. That income is going to go into multifamily houses. Now remember, I'm Karate Kid in this. So Mr. Miyagi's teaching me that part. I'm an expert in cryptocurrency and economics and what's happening within the economy and understanding how businesses work. I scaled a million. I have multiple companies. I've scaled a 7-figure company. We're scaling to probably 8 figures within the next year and a half. So I know how to scale businesses. I have a banking degree or a CBA executive certificate in banking. I worked at banks. I was an executive. So I understand economics, right? So now I'm going into the Karate Kid training for LBOs. So I have a generational wealth building strategy, wealth preservation strategy, and the speculative asset I'm using to amass some wealth to continue to keep the richest man in Babylon, the flow of money. Okay, so what does an exit plan look like? I want to show you guys this really quickly. People wanted me to show this again. I got a lot of feedback on this. So this is what the exit strategy looks like when you come into our academy, right? So we have an academy. We have three daily update calls per week. We have a deep dive cryptocurrency call with me on Thursday. You have access to my research team. You can set appointments with them. You have access to my technical analysis team. We have access to my portfolio. This is what our exit strategy looks like. When you go into our academy, you go into the exit strategy in our courses, you fill out your own exit strategy, and it helps you develop that mindset. And so an exit strategy, what I'm doing is a ladder exit strategy. So if you see these yellow dots here, you have your tax bracket. I'm selling 50% of my portfolio. This is the spreadsheet that you fill out, right? And then you have different selling points, right? Let's take XRP, for example. So for example, if XRP goes to $7 to $10, right? So I have $7 to $10 in my target. I will sell 10%. I'm just making up numbers. 10% of 50% of my portfolio. What you do is when you plug this in, it actually gives you the exact amount of coins to sell. So when you see it hit $7 to $10, boom, you go to your exit strategy, it tells you to sell 3,000 coins. You go sell your 3,000 coins, you put that either into stable coin, right, to stake and just kind of sit on the sidelines, or put it into fiat. Maybe go buy some, for me, it's buying silver, right, or put it on the sidelines to buy back in the dip. And then you have your next target, $20. I'm going to exit 20% of my portfolio. Boom, it tells you how many coins to sell, and then you take
Yes, I sold it. And what it does, it tells you your profit after taxes when you take it out based on your tax bracket. What this does, it creates discipline wars, because what's going to happen is the crypto space goes parabolic. You're going to get caught at the top. You're going to get super greedy if you do not develop discipline. The other thing we have in our work academy is what's called the 120-day challenge. That's where you get your shit together. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, nutrition. When you come in, you go into the 120-day challenge. If you're not a workout person, that's fine, but we work out with you. Nutrition, changing your subconscious mind. I also have the program that I reprogram my subconscious mind with, my exact program, or how I program my subconscious mind, so that I stopped losing my money and I started thinking like the wealthy and started to create an abundant mindset. I know it's a long video, Warriors, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. This is our time. So 9 a.m. today. I would highly recommend you hit the notification button, Warriors, so that way you can get notified. But we have the Ken Mack and Coach JV show at 9 a.m. We're going to give you that red pill, and you're going to see Mr. Miyagi train the Karate Kid. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.